Stevenson prepares to start what could be a rough, tough cup tie. Tries a deep one up to the in-goal area. Barrow having to bring it out from inside their in-goal area, coming strongly down the right wigan, and a pen down inside their own 25. Ball was very slow coming out of the scrum onto Gregory. Gregory doing a dummy to West. West broke through, going for the line, looking for support, but his arms are locked. Good move by West. Came through beautifully on that ball. He was really steaming forward. Bit of line on going on in the tattle. Now a long pass to Edwards. Edwards moving it across the field. A long pass on to Hampson. Hampson going for the corner, and Hampson's into the corner to give Wigan the first points. Having been set up beautifully by a powerful run straight down the middle by West. They hung on from a bit, they delayed the tattle, but a long pass found Hampson linking up with his three-quarter. It's coming up, West wanting it on the burst, and it's West who takes it. And he's taken, stopped dead in his tracks by good tattle by Flynn. West was coming very hard onto that. Now Case decides he's going to have a run, knocks one off, still dragging his way, still taking them with him, proving a real handful, and still not got him down. Eventually three of them force him down 10 yards out. Kiss onto Gregory, Gregory to Edwards, onto Goodway, Goodway gets to Hanley, Hanley going for the line, and Hanley's over. Good quick passing by Wigan. They flirted the ball about as if it were red hot, and Hanley goes over to make it now 10 points to 2 to Wigan. It's brute force, and it's not paying off at all. Gregory now onto a strong run by Wayne, onto West. West get it moving onto Stevenson, long pass to Gale. Gale going for the line. We're going to get a chase here. Gale's going to win it. Right from inside their own 25. And Gale is into the corner. Well, Wigan were completely and hopelessly bogged down. And suddenly they've whipped into top gear. Long passes out to Gale. Stevenson, very intelligent player, coming from the far wing to link up. And Gale had a long, long run, and Barrow could not get to him. The kiss onto Wayne. Wayne coming hard, gets it onto Edwards, and a debut on a Tanner. Hanley going for the line, looking for support, turns it inside onto Burn, and Burn's caught from behind. Edwards moving it out onto Hanley. Hanley on the job holding it, gets his pass on, and Wigan are over. Wigan using brute force at the moment. Now they move it across the line. The ball's been put down. A long one across the bell. Russell who's inside. Russell still on his feet. Bell waiting behind the play of the ball. Short one onto Case. Case trying to go through. Bell 10 yards out. Edwards swings it back to Gregory. And Wigan are over again. Case to Case. Case looking for support onto West. West onto Edwards. Edwards going down the middle, puts an overhead kick. We're going to get a chase here. The ball's running away from him as Edwards dribbles it towards the line. And he was shouldered a little bit, but Barrow bringing it away. Coming inside. Good run by Tickle. Bell trying to follow him, and he's lost the ball. Hanley snaps it up. Hanley dummying, going for the line. Turns it inside, but it's forward surely. And the referee's let it go. As Russell goes over, Hanley flicks that inside. Thought there was a suspicion of a forward pass. Russell was up with him to make it 34. The cross shoved him out the way. Case passing near his own line, then Wigan come charging forward. Gregory moves it inside, and Wayne drops it. And there goes the final hooker. Wigan victors in this cup tie, eventually running out easy winners with a final score. Barrow 2, Wigan 36 by Gildart. Gildart goes down 11 yards out. Wigan now in a good attacking position. Comes on to Edwards. Edwards turning it inside. West can't get the ball back. Wigan finding this defence hard to crack. Kiss tries to drive his way in from the play of the ball. Referee signals 5 tackles gone as West moves it on. Edwards to Gregory. Gregory, a long one. Goodway going for the line. Is he going to make it? He's over. Powerful run by Goodway. A long wide pass. Calls the gap in the first place. But Goodway was certainly powering onto that extremely strongly. And so Salford dropping out from under their own post. Hanley's under it and Gregory. It's Gregory who takes it. On to Stevenson coming into the middle. Stevenson running very determinedly. And he's tackled surely and safely. Edwards on to Goodway. Goodway taking them on. And he nearly had his head taken off. And he's still on his feet. Gets it up to Kiss and Kiss is over. Well, that was a tremendous slip pass by Goodway. And well backed up by Kiss. And he finished up under the post. And Goodway was showing an awful lot of power and steam as he went through there. Looking for support as Kiss send a short one onto Gildart. Gildart just driving forward. Out to Gregory. Gregory to Edwards. Edwards back to Gregory. On to Goodway. He's broken through. He has Hanley with him. But he gives it to Edwards. Edwards going for the line. And there was half the Wigan team up in support. That was tremendous backing up. And once again it was that man Goodway who split them wide open. And ball's loose, been snapped up by Goodway, gets it out onto Byrne. Byrne at the defence but gets away from one tackle. Still going, eludes one. Byrne still looking for support. Eventually he's put down on the 25 line. Hanley behind the play of the ball to Gregory. Gregory holding it. Salford right in the Wigan lines. He goes across. And they taking 4 of them to put him down. They look like bees round the jam pot then. And Salford playing a very spoiling game as it goes to Edwards. Edwards puts a little overhead kick, going to be chased by Bell. And the speed's there. And Wigan are in. The ground. West now waiting first man. West takes it, looking for support, turns it back to Greg, and he switches a long one out to Bell. Bell's broken through. Can he get it to Gale? Onside to Gale. Gale going for the line, and he has support outside him. Gets it on to Hanley. Hanley going for the line, and Hanley's over. Then Salford drop out into the Wigan half to Hampson. Hampson dummying to kick, trying to break through. His feet go from under him. Kiss onto Goodway to Stevenson. Stevenson dummying, gets his pass onto Potter. Potter gets it to Edwards. Edwards onto Bell. Bell holding it onto Gill. There's plenty cover. Gill beats it beautifully. Gone for the corner. What a good try by Gill. There was bags of cover there. And he shimmied. And he danced. And he got the ball down a yard in from the corner flag to give Wigan the first try of the second half. Kiss to Gregory. Gregory on to Hanley. Hanley back to Gregory. And a great burst as Wigan go for the line. Turned inside and Hanley so strong he took them over. Gregory to Edwards. Edwards switching it inside to West, and West is through. The support with him. Goodway and Bella with him. And he held on too long and he had support both sides. He didn't let it go. And made a storming run and then ruined it by hanging on at the last minute. Hanley caught in possession as he attacked in half-back. And the referee's given the signal in 5 tackles gone as it comes to Edwards. Edwards hoists a high one into the in-goal area. And the ball's loose and Wigan are in. The ball dropped in the in-goal area. Edwards, a long pass, which Bell did well to take out onto Stevenson. Stevenson with a run, but there's plenty of cover. Coming inside, gets the ball onto Goodway. Goodway going, looking, turning and twisting, and there goes the final hooter. And again, that sagged somewhat in the second half, but Wigan safely through to the next round, having beaten Salford by 42 points to 2. Wigan hoping to make this the 20th successive Lancashire Cup final win. Both teams have been fighting desperately hard to get into the final. Witness then, down to the far end of the ground. Wigan lining up ready for the kick, coming down the field. The ball's whipped inside, and there's the long kick. Obviously planned move. The Wigan wall coming up, comes to Myler at full-back. Myler coming strongly, gets away from one tackle. Poor play the ball, flung back onto the full-back. Kicks Hampson covering across, and knocks it back over his head, gets it at the second attempt. Gill going back with him, using Gill, and he's through, gets it inside. Wigan streaking down the field, onto Gill. Gill has covered, can he beat the full-back? Coming inside, beats the full-back nicely, holding the line, onto Edwards, and Edwards is over. Great run by Gill, beautifully backed up by Edwards. Puts Wigan into the lead, down and down to the ground. Hume gets the ball moving, coming back in the middle, and Wigan hanging on to him. Ball still being flipped about. Scrum half Hume doing well, makes a lovely break. Widnes surging down the middle of the field, being followed from behind. Onto a Fire. Fire's going to score, and he can certainly move. That was a good break down the middle, and a Fire was there. He had the speed, and Wigan couldn't get near him to put Widnes' first try on the board, and that was a good try by Widnes. Hanley's close to it. Switch back to Gregory. Gregory holding it. Onto Stevenson inside, and Wigan are over. Andy Goodway's over. Beautifully worked move on the close side of the field, on the narrow side. Well worked with Gill and Stevenson and Goodway to make it now Wigan 10, Wigan's second try. Edwards having a run from behind to play the ball. 5 tackles gone, and what are Wigan going to do as Lydon comes over? And Wigan have dropped it, they're very unsure, the ball's still on the floor, it's loose. Wigan dribbling over, can they reach, and they've scored! Stevenson's in, there was some loose play by Widnes, and that's a bit of a lucky try for Wigan. They tried to put a kick in, and it was a dreadful effort. And it seemed to put Widnes all at 6s and 7s, and the ball, as you could see, was bobbing about all over the place. And David Stevenson doing a soccer trick, dribble it over to make it now Wigan 16 to Widnes' 6. Byrne lobs it inside to Edwards. Edwards moves it across onto Hanley. Hanley going out, trying to cut back into the middle. Runs it, gets the ball out. Onto Gill. Gill has plenty cover across there. Coming inside, he's beaten it! Great run by Gill. And he's held just short of the line. Well, that was a nice, bright finish. And there goes the hooter. Little flash of brilliance from Gill, who's had a great game. In fact, all the players have played extremely well. Been a fantastic game of rugby. A really good, hard-fought, clean cup tie with some lovely tries scored and some good football played, some good hard defensive stuff. The final score then of this semi-final: Widnes 12, Wigan 20. This is your commentator, John McDermott, hoping you've enjoyed the film. Sunday, October the 11th, 1987, Knowsley Road, St Helens, the venue for the Groenhaller Lager Lancashire Cup final. Both teams coming out side by side. Maurice Lindsay leading out the Wigan side, Ellery Hanley behind him. Going to be a reception before the game. Kevin Tamati leading out the Warrington team. A lot of needle and a lot of tension in this cup tie. Wigan 2 cup wins against Warrington last season, and Warrington with 2 league wins against Wigan. And the lineup of the teams as they come up to the centre of the field today: Warrington, number 1 Johnson, number 2 Drummond, number 3 Forster, number 4 Peters, number 5 Carbett, at standoff number 6 Woods, 7 Holding, and in the forwards Tamati at 8, Webb at 9, Humphreys at 10, Sanderson 11, Roberts 12, Gregory 13. And the substitutes for Warrington at 14, Lyon and number 15, Harmon. Wigan turning out the same 13 who was so successful against Manley, and number 1, Steve Hampson, 2, Gill, 3, Stevenson, 4, Lydon, 5, Russell, 6, Edwards, 7, Gregory, 8, Case, 9, Kiss, 10, Wayne, 11, Goodway, 12, Potter, 13, Hanley. And the Wigan substitutes, Bell back after injury at number 14, and Graham West, the substitute forward, at 15. Referee for this afternoon, Mr. Lindop of Wakefield, and the touch judges, Mr. Mean and Mr. Hesketh. Ground looking in beautiful condition, bathed in sunlight, a lovely afternoon for rugby. Slight nip in the air, but the ground is in beautiful condition. The weather is favourable after the torrential rain we've been having. The terraces are packed with keen, ardent supporters. Wigan hoping to hang on to the trophy, and Warrington all fired up and all ready to wrest it away from them. We saw some great games between these two teams last season, and today will probably live up to the standard that Wigan and Warrington have set recently. Warrington with quite a few replacements, suffering from injuries, but their coach maintains that they've got strength in depth, that they've plenty of good standbys to come in and worthy of the place on the first team. Wigan almost at full strength, perhaps missing Dean Bell, but if everyone were fit, probably it would be Richard Russell who would be left from the three-quarter line now. But otherwise, Wigan have a very, very strong team indeed out. Both teams unbeaten in the league so far, tremendous records. The three W's, Wigan, Warrington and Windus, dominating the rest of the league. And presumably, the moment the players are being presented to the dignitaries of the Lancashire League and locally before the game gets underway. Testing, tense time for the players. This having to hang around, come out on the ground. They were out on the ground 9 minutes before the scheduled time of kick-off, and players flicking the ball around, chatting to each other, trying to keep the fire in the belly, ready for this, what promises to be a torrid final. Been some great battles recently between these two sets of teams. Graham West with his brilliant red cap coming off the field now, as referee Fred Lindop brings the ball up to the centre. The hooter being tested out, very loud ship's hooter, very clear. Graham West coming to the sideline with his right hand very heavily strapped up. Dean Bell goes on to give a bit of refreshment to Andy Goodway. Referee calling up the two captains, Ellery Hanley. Tamati not seeming to be aware that the referee wants him. Now he's coming up to the centre of the field. Big, strong, tough forward, Kevin Tamati. Players dancing about on the toes as the two captains decide which way the game will go at the beginning. Fred Lindop having quite a word, reading the lecture to the captains before he hands the coin over for the toss. Teams turning round, so it'll be Wigan from right to left. Wigan to start the game, to kick down from right to left. Joe Lydon in the middle. On a power in Joe Lydon's kicking. Want to make sure he doesn't kick it right over the dead ball line. You've got to keep it in play. Referee looking round, checking with his touch judges, looked at his watch, blows the whistle and we're away, and it's a short one, just up to the try line, cleanly taken by Warrington, coming strongly forward, met by the Wigan wall and hurled back. So Warrington, Webb trying to make a break from acting half-back. Little bit of hesitancy in the players coming up. Tamati waiting behind to play the ball. Tamati decides he's going to bring it up to the 25. Wigan hold him, still on his feet. Right on the 25, flung back. Still keeping it tight in the forwards. Wigan hunting as a pack. Flung back for the kick. A high one. Coming to Hampson, 10 yards inside his own half. Plenty white jerseys up there as he takes them on. And he's buried underneath Peters. Gill come inside, the penalty to Wigan. First play the ball by Wigan. Warrington caught offside. Fred Lindop doesn't go very far back. He only goes the 5 yard, and they must have been in front of him. And so Lydon kicking right across the field. Hoists it high, and a good kick into touch just inside the Warrington 25. So Wigan in a good attacking position now. As Kiss decides he's going to take them on, puts his head down, pounced down by Humphreys. Comes on to Case. Case running at them. 3 forwards going, 1 low and 2 upstairs. Wigan a short pass, switch of direction, long pass. Wigan get it out to Hampson. Hampson out to Lydon, bringing Gill inside. There's plenty of cover, and Gill is buried, submerged under a mass of white jerseys. Hampson up in the attack, onto Edwards. Edwards onto Hanley. And Warrington quickly into the Wigan line out. And Wigan going cross field without any penetration. As Warrington coming very quickly out to Gregory. Gregory holding it. On to Edwards. Edwards has broken through. Going for the line, and that was a lovely break by Edwards. Referee signals 5 tackles have gone. And it's flung back. And we have a high up and under. Johnson's underneath it. Takes it cleanly. Be a drop out. A tap from the 25. Took the bomb cleanly. Warrington wanted to come up quickly, catch Wigan off the hop. Play still round the Warrington 25. Warrington now dumbing, trying to come down the middle, up in the air and down he goes. Great tackling by Potter. Nice kick by Holden, lovely kick. Hits the deck, a yard in from the touchline and skids over. Good tactical kick by Holden, Keith Holden. Took the pressure off his forwards, and so Wigan are now pushed back inside their own half. For the Sandy Gregory comes round. Referee wanting them on the 10-yard line. Wigan leading the way out. In go the heads. Ball's in, coming out quickly to Wigan, to Edwards. Edwards to Hampson. Hampson been forced across the field. Gill's coming from the wing. Gill gives a short pass on to Hanley, and Hanley going cross field, and Wigan not coming forward yet. Both defences strong and tight as it comes to Edwards. Little overhead kick there, and he's flattened. Referee's given the obstruction. Edwards obviously playing for it, put a short one in. Following it up, stopped in his tracks. Andy Gregory laying the law down in the middle of the field as Joe Lydon comes over to kick again down the Warrington left wing. Touch judge marks it again on the 25 line as Kiss comes over to restart. Kiss taking them on again. This seems to be the ploy that from that position, the first tap, he runs at the forwards. Wigan moving it across, the switch of forwards onto Hanley. Hanley bringing inside, Hampson coming through, can't take it cleanly. And the knock-on is given. Warrington to feed. Keith Holding going round the scrum right in the middle of the 25 line. Referee wanting them straight as Holding puts it in. It's Holding coming away with it, trying to bring it from the scrum, and Hanley's come away quickly to take him with Potter. Back breaking quickly, forwards holding it tight. Warrington trying to bustle away through the Wigan defence. Holding now coming over behind to play the ball. Once again it's in the forwards and Wigan going in and hurling him back. Ball's been ripped away and Wigan have it. Kiss getting his team moving. Goes on to Goodway. Goodway getting it out to Gregory. Greg across to Stevenson. Stevenson powering over the 25 line. Manages to keep him played just in from the touchline. Now Wigan moving wide across the field. Comes out quickly to Hanley. Hanley dummying, going down the middle. Long one, out to Lydon to Gill. Gill hesitates, comes inside, ducking on the tackles. Kiss coming up quickly, getting Wigan moving. Edwards switching it back onto Wayne. Wayne having to go hard and straight. Wigan liner not quite ready for that attack after they'd broken down the left wing. Kiss upended, caught to play the ball. Goodway wanted him to play it quickly. Wigan hot on the attack as Edwards moves it across. There's a gap. Edwards a long one. Stevenson have to hesitate to take it and bringing it back inside, keeping away from the touchline. Referee going over to see what is happening, signalling that 5 tackles have gone, and Warrington line up very, very close as Edwards hoists a high one. Hanson's under it, takes it cleanly, whips it inside. But as Kiss went over, Lindop judged that Hampson had been offside when the kick was taken, that he was in front of the kicker, and Hampson, as usual, had taken that ball beautifully. And looks like Webb, I think, on the ground in a bit of distress. We're going to put a lot of pressure on in these last few minutes. 7 minutes, 8 minutes gone of this first half. Referee stopping the clock as Warrington have a penalty 8 yards out from the post, right in front of the sticks. Wigan offside at the up and under, and Webb is limping badly, and it looks as if Harmon is going to come on. Well, that's a blow to Salford to lose the hooker so early on in the game. Harmon's leg looking in a bit of a mess. He's needing a lot of assistance to bring him off. Harmon, substitute forward, coming on. Paul set up on the deck, ready for the kick. And John Woods hoists it, not very far, but surely into touch, onto his own 25. Sanderson takes a tap penalty onto Tamati. Tamati trying to come through. Sanderson now the ball distributed onto Holding. And Wayne bounces him down in a hard tackle, just missed being high. Onto Tamati. Tamati keeping it in the forwards as Humphrey tries to drive his way through. Sanderson to Holden. Holden onto John Wood. Wood's dumming, trying to come down the middle. Runs into Hanley. Sanderson again. Sanderson onto Tamati. Tamati, a short pass. There's an overlap. She comes out, but a clean tackle puts Forster down. He gets up again. Determined running by Forster. Drummond coming up to behind the play of the ball. Sends a long one inside. Holding dummy into kick. Lets the ball go. It's fly kick to Wigan. To Gregory. Gregory on to Goodway. Goodway knocks one off. Wigan been pushed right back to their own 25. And Warrington going in with all they've got. All guns firing. Potter decides he's going to have a run from behind the play of the ball. Gets nowhere at all. The Warrington crowd loving this as Wigan are being made to struggle and fight for every inch. Short pass in the forward case, trying to bring it away, doesn't get very far. Tamati goes in to meet him. Gregory and Edwards very close to the play of the ball. And it's Edwards who gets it, puts an overhead, kick's been charged down. Grave danger here for Wigan. Foster makes a good clean pick-up, and he's held a yard short of the line. Holding wanting to play the ball quick. Holding inside. And Wigan out quickly to put Sanderson down. Tamati coming over. Tamati to Holding. Holding a long ball to Woods. Woods moves it across, and there's a big overlap, but the forced inside. Going hard for the line. And Warrington all fired up. Onto John Woods, switches direction to Holding. Holding coming back inside. And Wigan fighting desperately now in defence as Warrington turn it on. John Woods, a long pass onto Roberts. Roberts goes back in the middle. Referee signalling 5 tackles have gone. Lining up for a tactical move. A little overhead kick here, taken by Lydon cleanly. Bounced down as he gets it. Gales come behind to play the ball, running crossfield, knocks one off. He doesn't make a lot of forward progress. Both defences on top at the moment. Wigan fighting the way forward. Wayne not getting very far. Kiss is up behind to play the ball. Kiss a short one. Gregory's kick has been charged down. Referee says play on as Harmon drops on the ball. Tamati moves it, and Wigan are at full stretch as Holding bringing the ball inside. He's smothered. Twice the Wigan kicks have been charged down. John Woods, lovely dummy, gets it out to Gregory. Gregory still on his feet, gets his pass in. Streaking for the line, coming inside, and Warrington are over. Forster is over. Warrington take an early lead, pile the pressure on the Wigan defence. Wigan couldn't get away from the fierce tackling, tried to kick, twice the kick was charged down, and Warrington now, after a good break, Gregory wouldn't be tackled, kept the ball moving, and Forster finished it to put Warrington into a 4-0 lead. Minutes gone. John Woods with a fairly simple kick to take, and he makes no mistake. Warrington 6 take the lead in the final. Warrington 6, Wigan 0, and Wigan know they've got a battle on their hands. Good play by Warrington brought that try. A lot of good defensive play. They pinned Wigan down in their own 25, and then when they got possession, they were away like lightning. Lydon kicks off along the deck. Picked up cleanly, brought outside the 25. Forwards coming tearing in. Warrington playing to a very set pattern. Holding brings it back into the forwards, and there's some fierce running and some tremendous tackling going on by both sides. Comes out to Holding. Holding moving it across. Wild pass goal. Drummond taken. Gill hanging on to if he gets his pass in. On to Foster. Foster going back inside, and Foster's bundled over by Joe Lydon. Sanderson moves it across. Kick into the Wigan 25. Up to Hampson. Hampson having to run it out. There are a lot of white jerseys there. Throws a wild pass into touch. Well, we complain about that is Hampson's weakness. He doesn't know when to pass, but certainly that was nowhere near Russell. And Wigan have thrown possession away just outside their own 25. Beholden to feed the scrum. Puts it in, comes out the Wigan side. All Gregory can do is dive on it. Wigan hooked it back against the put-in and the head. Wigan just outside their own 25. Russell decides he's going to have a run, and he runs into the strong defensive forwards. Gregory up behind to play the ball. onto Case. Case taking them on, gets it onto Kiss. Kiss gains a couple of yards. Gregory doing a switch with Edwards. Edwards holding it, decides he's going to have to go. He's through! Lovely break by Edwards. Gets his pass in, goes to Hanley. Hanley going for the line. And he's followed, he lets the ball go, but it's gone forward. Well, Edwards is proving a thorn in the side. But Johnson covered across well to take Hanley as Wigan had made the clean break. Edwards had no room in which to move then. Somehow he managed to cut through them, but it will be Warrington to put it in. Warrington get it out, loose forward Gregory trying to bring it away from the scrum, caught in possession. Pack still sorting themselves out as Sanderson drives his way forward, ploughing a yard or two at a time. Holding decides he's going to come round the middle. Real good cup tie stuff this. It's moved across and Wigan quickly into the land. The ball's gone loose and Wigan have it. David Stevenson gains possession. Comes out to Gregory. Gregory going for the line, but there's plenty of white shirts there. And he disappears under a mass of them. Kiss with Edwards on his right. And it's Edwards who gets it. Edwards, a long pass. Good way, standing still. And he's bundled over. A little bit indecisive there, Andy Goodway. Edwards up behind the play of the ball. Switching direction onto Case. Case turning it back inside to Kiss. Kiss onto Edwards. Edwards again trying to dance his way through. This time he's tackled solidly. Wigan very bunched at this play of the ball as it comes to Gregory. Gregory holding it. Wigan trying to bash the way through the middle. Are taken in the fifth tackle. Gregory's over behind the play of the ball. Puts the grubber kick through. Drummond has it on his own line. Trying to run it out. Forced in play. Running cross field. And got nowhere at all. Gets it on to Johnson. Johnson trying to struggle his way right in front of his own post. And it's Tamati who moves the ball out. And it's been dropped. Drummond drops it right in front of the post. 5 yards out. Bit of panic there in the Warrington defence. Wigan to feed right underneath the posts. Referee holding the packs apart. Ball's in. Coming out and Wigan slow on it. Didn't seem to know who was going to get it. Hesitation between Hanley and Gregory, and they nearly made a mess of it between them. Potter to Edwards. Edwards to Stevenson. Stevenson blinded well, bringing Gill inside. Gill going for the line. And he's into the corner. A great run by Gill. From nothing, he beat the defence to get Wigan's first try on the board. After Wigan had nearly ruined it at the base of the scrum. They were obviously going to work a move. They hooked the ball, and neither Hanley nor Gregory picked it up. Gregory fell on it, and from the resultant move across the field, Gill was brought inside, wriggled his way out of the tackles, and grounded it 3 yards in from the corner flag. Taking a lot of care and a lot of time over this. Now it moves back over the touchline, just over the touchline. One to the left, just one step to the left. Kicking down to the packed Cop. And he's hooked it, pulled it, by the near post. So Warrington still in the lead halfway through this first half. Warrington 6, Wigan 4. Bit of panic in the Warrington defence there for once near their own line, and it's cost them dear. John Woods changes direction, switches it the other way. Long pass inside onto Lydon. Lydon running it out, and he's pounced down in front of his own post. Hampson coming up to act in half-back. Short one to Case. Case playing it safe. Still on his feet, still struggling, taking them with him. Strong, determined running by Brian Case. Now Potter runs into them, and he's lost the ball. It's going to be a knock-on. Bundled over in the tattle, couldn't hang on to it, and so Warrington with the advantage on the Wigan 25. Referee on the narrow side of the field as Keith Holding comes round. In they go. Head's not meeting properly. Holding feeds. Out to Holding. Long one to Woods. Woods kicking. Trying to get away from Edwards. Edwards hangs on to him with the help of Hampson. On to Holding. Holding coming back into the middle. Sanderson coming over for the play of the ball. Sanderson to John Woods. John Woods holding it. On to Harmon, and Harmon's picked up and bounced down. To John Woods. Woods long pass along the floor, but it's bounced nicely for... Bounced well for Forster. Drummond coming over to the play of the ball. Inside onto Roberts. Roberts goes driving forward, and he nearly broken through the tattle. Shove Wigan out of the way. Fifth tattle gone as it comes to Woods. Woods moving across, coming inside. Ball set to Woods. Woods gets it out to Holding. Holding turning it back inside, and Gregory's over. Good play by Warrington, brings another try. In from the touchline, John Woods lifts it high and over. 12 points to 4. Did that with consummate ease, John Woods, no effort at all to bang that over in the middle. 22 minutes gone. Warrington 12, Wigan 4, and Warrington good value for the points they have on the board. They've played well. Joe Lydon, deep one up to the try line. Warrington with the tails up now, moving the ball well across, trying to come down the middle, but Gregory taken by Gregory. Mike Gregory taken by Andy Gregory. Wigan going in quickly into the tattle as Holding comes over. Holding, a long one, onto Humphreys. Humphreys trying to go through. Wigan wrestling for the ball, can't get it. Warrington on their own 25 as Tamati comes tearing in. Ball's gone loose and Wigan have it. Joe Lydon running cross field. They're right in the Wigan line out, and he can't do anything about it. They were up well in attack there to cover. Wigan getting ready to make a substitution as Gill's feet go from under him. Dean Bell warming up on the touchline. As it comes, Wigan still tight in the forwards. Kiss onto Gregory, to Edwards. Edwards back to Gregory. Gregory low, good way through. He has Hanley with him. Hanley going for the post, and Hanley's going to score. A After a tremendous break by Andy Goodway, Gregory beautifully turned it back inside, and Goodway coming powerfully onto it, and the Ghost, Hanley as ever, right by his side, bangs the ball down underneath the crossbar to make it now Warrington 12, Wigan 8. Can't see who Wigan are bringing off or are brought off as Dean Bell limbers up on the halfway line. David Stevenson, straight kick. And number 3, Card is being held up. Wigan's kicker going to come off after he's taken this kick, and he puts 2 points on the board, but he's going to be brought off. Warrington 12, Wigan 10, and Dean Bell comes on at right centre. 2 points in it, and a bit of referee stops the clock. Touch judge wanting to make sure everything's done according to the book. 2 points in it then as John Woods to Hampson. Hampson hands it on to Gale. Gale running at them. Not a lot of power in that run. Seemed quite happy to run at the defence and die. Case going to give it to Case. Case ever with that strong hand off, but this time they hang on to him and eventually they force him down. Potter getting ready to have a run. Wigan moving cross field as Wayne takes that. Wigan a bit thin out on the right wing. They change direction. Gregory goes left. Gregory on to Gale. Gale coming inside, trying to come down the middle. Gets out of a couple of tackles. Good running by Gale. Leg is very heavily strapped up though. Gregory waiting behind to play the ball. A long one back to Lydon. Lydon hoists it high in the air. No, Cherry and Whites follow it up as Johnson takes it beautifully. Johnson decides he's going to run it out, but he's caught outside his own 25. So that kick worked well, but Warrington now trying to bring it away, giving the team time to reform themselves as Sanderson comes back. Sanderson moving it cross field and Warrington keeping it tight in the forwards as Harman tries to push his way through. Warrington again round the close side, tight in the forwards, and those forwards are coming onto it with a lot of power and determination. Nearly up to the halfway line. Out to Holding. Holding moving it across. Kiss going into the tackle. The referee says 5 have gone. As it comes to Woods. Woods kicks behind the Wigan defence. Hampson's in the right place. A lot of white jerseys there as he runs into them. He's going to be buried by Forster, who puts him down just short of the halfway line. To Gill. Gill to Gregory. Gregory dummies going down the middle. Nice little dart by Andy Gregory, and there was a fist swung there. Looked as if Peter swung a little bit, but it missed Edwards. Edwards a long one behind the defence to Goodway. Goodway to Bell. Bell holding it out to Russell. Russell having to come inside. Run into cover, and he's heavily tackled. Strongly, cleanly and safely. Inside. Wigan trying to come down the middle again. Kiss coming over to the play of the ball. Edwards is lying up very close to him, and it's Edwards who gets it. Edwards to Gregory. Gregory change direction back onto Edwards. Edwards has lost the ball. Wigan go back. Gregory regains possession, and referee signals it's back to 1. Potter coming up. Potter, short one onto Case. Case gains a yard. Kiss moving it out onto Potter. Potter can't get through the strong tackling. Kiss decides he's going to try and bring it away. Fights his way nearly up to the halfway line. Edwards coming up to half-back. To Gregory. Gregory holding it. Back to Edwards, standing still, and Wigan not organised, not getting into gear. They don't know how to beat this close spotting and tackling. Warrington coming in, not offside, they're coming in quickly. Comes out, little overhead kick by Line. Can he get there? As Woods covers. Woods covers it well. Tackled by Joe Lydon. Played back to Johnson. Johnson out to Drummond. Edwards is across with Wayne to take him. Forster coming to act in half-back. Forster, a short one. Harmon trying to tear his way through. Sanderson behind the play of the ball to Holding. Holding back on to Holding. There's it. Oh, and that's a hard tackle by Hanley. Referee says play on. It was fair, and that's shaken him. That's shaken him. He hit him hard. Crowd booing. Referee said it's all right. The referee was right on it. Hanley was coming, tearing in then, and he took his man strongly. Roberts shaken in that tackle. Kick through, and Gale covering back for it, takes it. Being followed by Woods, gets away from Woods, gets away from Sanderson, going down the middle. Great run by Gale. Kiss making a dart, gets it onto Gregory. Gregory has his feet taken from under him. Now Wigan is showing a little more life and a little more coordination as it goes on to Edwards. Edwards dumbing, being forced back into the middle, being funneled back to the defence. And a penalty for holding down. Referee signalling quite graphically that the tackler was held down. The tackle player was held down in the tackle. And Joe Lydon will kick for Todd. No. Having a word with the referee's telling the top judges to go behind the post. Wigan are 2 points behind. 32 minutes gone. A long kick for Lydon. About 8 or 9 yards inside the Warrington half, and just about in line with the right hand upright as he looks down to that end of the ground. 12-10 as this kick is being lined up. 12 to Warrington, 10 to Wigan. Lydon stabs at it, lifts it high. Crowd is shouting, and it's over. Scores a level. Good kick by Joe Lydon. Levels the score to make it now 12 each. Wigan fortunate to have two good goal kickers. They brought one off, substituted one. John Woods takes a short one, knocked down by Kiss, and he's first to fall on it. And he's buried, but he did well to regain possession as Edwards comes up. Edwards to Case. Case running hard and straight. Back, and he's turning and twisting. Great strength in his arms. It comes to Edwards. Edwards, a little overhead kick, and he's up there first. Fly kicks it. Chase for the line, but it's gonna. Drummond's gonna get there first and make it dead. Well, that was a great run by Edwards. Very, very dangerous. And Warrington are lying up so close that once the defence is breached, they're in trouble. But Drummond covered back well. Drummond, of course, got very good speed, got tremendous speed. back in time to make it dead. Drop out under the Warrington post. John Woods tries a long one to Gregory. Bounces past him on to Hampson. Hampson going to come down the middle. Wigan ambling back as Russell brings it inside onto Dean Bell. And a trip went out. Referee's seen it. Humphreys tried a trip. And Bell is in a bit of agony on the floor. Referee stops the clock. Humphreys' foot went out to take Bell, and Bell's writhing in agony. It's a straight kick just outside the 25, but it's one of the less pleasant features of the game. Don't see a lot of it nowadays. It's almost been eradicated. It cause a lot of trouble when a player gets rattled like that across the legs. Wigan trainer on. Bell only just back after a torn stomach muscle. Been out of the game quite a long time. Long stoppage this for Bell. About 6 minutes of normal time to go. Bell is hauled up to his feet. Joe Lydon, considerably easier kick this time, a lot nearer the posts. Could put Wigan into the lead for the first time. Warrington put up a tremendous performance so far, but it looks, over the last 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes, Wigan have been seeming to get the ascendancy. Lydon stabs at it, lifts it high and true, and Wigan go into the lead by 14 points to 12. John Woods tried a short one last time, didn't quite come off, bringing variety into the play. This time he tries a longer one into no man's land, comes to Lydon, Lydon holds it, dummies to kick, decides he's going to run it out, on to Gill, Gill coming back inside, turning and twisting, but eventually he has to go down, taken by Tamate. Lydon behind the play of the ball, short one inside to Case. Break by Wigan. Tremendous run by Richard Russell, who's come into the centre. Bell's out on the wing. Gregory onto Edwards. Edwards kicks behind the defence, and it's rolling to the touchline and into touch. A good kick by Edwards. Not a long one, but it was safe and it was sure. It's pushed Warrington back into their own half, and he's signalling that it's Wigan's put in. It must have been touched by Carbot before it went over the touchline on the far side of the field, but it's holding his, hanging on to the ball. It's holding to feet, a feet all over the place, and Wigan penalised, yet referee said he had a loose arm and there were the feet all over the place. Looks as if Tamate has gone hooking for Warrington, a position in which, of course, he's well familiar. Touch found, 10 yards outside the Wigan 25. Warrington now ready to mount their attack, running straight at Wigan. Very effective run by Harmon. Now it comes to Tamate. Tamate running crossfield, and Wigan stop him dead in his tracks. Now it's Humphreys trying to crash through. Gains a good 5 yards of ground, a valuable 5 yards. Switch of direction goes to Holding. Holding moving it across, and Wigan force them back into the middle. Sanderson moving it out onto Gregory. Gregory trying to cut inside, and his feet cut from underneath him. Referee says 5 tackles have gone, as Holding sends a long one to Woods. Woods hoists a high one. Hampson's under it, and as ever he takes it so cleanly under pressure. Gill waiting for the play of the ball. Gill running cross field, gains 5 yards of ground, plays it safe, not to act in half back. This time he doesn't break through. Kiss. Short one onto Wayne. Wayne taking them with him. Warrington hang on to him and force him down. Harmon pushes him down to the ground. Flung back to Lydon. Lydon going to kick. Hoists a high one. Johnson's back for it. Can't take it cleanly. It beats him. He has to go back to his own try line. Goodway's up. And taken by Goodway. That's gained Wigan a tremendous amount of ground. Drummond behind the play of the ball. And he gets nowhere at all as he runs into Goodway. And now Warrington are being held down in their own 25. Going down the narrow side. Tamati came a long way, taking it up to the 25. Tommy from behind the play of the ball. Referee holds his hand up for 5 tackles gone. Richard Russell's gone back out onto the wing as it comes to John Woods, kicks deep. Hampson having to go back for it in his own 25. A lot of white jerseys up as Hampson runs it out and has to go down with it. Richard Russell waiting behind the play of the ball. Coming through from acting half-back. Gains 8 yards of ground. Now kisses back to get the Wigan line going. Gregory waiting first pass, and it's Gregory who gets it onto Edwards. There's a gap as a long one comes onto Wayne, onto Lydon. Lydon inside to Gale. He has Edwards with him. Onto Edwards. Edwards has Hanley with him, but he can't get rid of the ball. Edwards wanted to get up quickly. Gale onto Gregory. Gregory changing direction. Onto Wayne. Wayne looking for support, and he's pounced down as the cover comes across. Gregory and Humphreys in to take him. Lydon waiting behind the play of the ball. Gregory's very close. Lydon puts in a kick. It's going to roll dead. Nowhere near the touchline, so it'll be a tap from the 25. Normal time gone. There's been quite a lot of time added on for stoppages, but we're at the end of the normal 40 minutes. Wigan a 2-point lead as Holding comes up onto Harmon. Harmon driving forward. Wayne goes in. And Wigan penalised for offside. Only 2 being given, 1 to Wigan, 1 to Warrington for offside at the play of the ball. John Woods coming up. Finds it 5 yards inside the Wigan half. Sanderson to Tamati. Tamati runs into Case, and Case, they bundle him over. Sanderson. Short one onto Humphreys. Humphreys strong forward. Warrington at the moment playing one-man rugby as it comes on to Holding. Holding bringing it inside, and this time Roberts is cut in 2. Sanderson to Holding. Holding a long pass to Woods. Woods trying to come back inside. A lovely break by Woods. The danger here as Hampson hangs on to him. Ball's gone loose on the floor. Wigan's ball, 10 yards out as Hanley drops on it. Gregory going to give it to Case, and Case going to do the hard graft. Wigan will probably want to keep this tight now for these tassels near their own line. And it's Russell who's right in among the forwards. And Wigan have nobody out on the right-hand side of the field as Dean Bell has come behind to play the ball. And he decides he's going to have a run and come down the middle, and he couldn't get rid of it as Edwards was coming up to him. Edwards running out from behind to play the ball, trying to come down the middle. Referee says 5 have gone. Wigan looking for Joe Lydon. Gregory loses him. Gregory puts the kick in. It's well covered, but it's pushed it back into the Warrington half. Warrington coming inside and are being taken right on the halfway line. Warrington with it. This will be the last gasp before half-time as it comes to Johnson. And Warrington looking very indecisive at that moment as John Woods knocks on. Warrington a little bit shaky at the moment as we scrum down. Wigan to put in. 3 minutes of stoppage time being played as the forwards go down. Tamati having a job getting his head in. They meet. Coming out, Gregory doing a switch, onto Bell, Bell holding it, onto Lydon, Lydon dumming, followed and put down by Forster. Gill waiting for the play of the ball. On to Bell. Bell dummying, trying to go through on his own. He's upended. And there goes the hooter for a great first half in this final. The score, Warrington 12, Wigan 14, and the crowd give them a great round of applause as they go off for half-time. Warrington 12, Wigan 14. So the Gladiators enter the arena for the second and final 40 minutes. This half it will be Warrington from right to left, Warrington to kick off. Bradley up, bringing the ball up to the centre line. 40 minutes probably of titanic struggle, as the first half was. John Woods, referee looks all around, blows the whistle. John Woods. Joe Lydon decides to play it back down there, kicks deep, not as deep as I would have thought. It's going to go into touch. No, it's short. And Drummond picks it up. And Wigan penalised. Referee says him within the 5-yard area, so it's a penalty to Warrington, 10 yards inside the Wigan half, right in the opening stage. And John Woods will bat it into touch. Just outside the Wigan 25, so Warrington off to a good start in possession. Sanderson sends a short one on to Humphreys. Humphreys runs into Case. Short one to Tamati. Tamati turning back to Holding. Holding onto Roberts. Roberts coming onto that powerfully, steaming through. Well-rehearsed move, and Wigan penalised for holding down in the tackle. 2 penalties within a minute, and Warrington will kick for goal. Chance here for John Woods to level the scores right in the first minute of this second half. 10 yards in from the touchline, he's brought it. 5 yards outside the 25. Wigan being made to pay for a couple of foolish mistakes. Lifts it high and wide and dead. For Wigan with a dropout from the 25. Bit of a let-off. The height and the distance were there, direction was all wrong. As Joe Lydon prepares to drop out. Tries a deep one into the opposite 25. Taken cleanly, we run out. Gregory coming strongly, runs into the defence. Warrington onto Harmon. Decided Warrington going to play in the forwards. He's run over the touchline. Not very intelligent play. In all the field to play, and he tried to batter his way down the touchline and was shoved into touch, unceremoniously bundled over the sideline. Right on the centre line. Gregory coming over. Ball's coming out the Wigan side. Long one to Edwards. Edwards out to Woods. Woods and one onto... Oh, wild pass. Russell having to go back for it. Russell going inside, gets out of a tackle, but he's not going to get away from that, and that was bad play by Wigan. Gill's in the middle. Gill coming down the centre. Wigan a bit disorganised, and it's Bell who's having to come to act in half-back. On to Wayne. Wayne coming down the middle. Kiss. On to Goodway. Goodway running a bit wide. Kiss to Gregory. Gregory long one to Edwards. Edwards owning it to Hanley. Hanley get it moved to Hampson. Hampson broken through. Great run. He has Edwards with him. Gives it to Edwards. Edwards being followed from behind by Holden. Great move by Hampson. Wigan hot on the attack. Referee signalling 5 tackles gone. Joe Lyden moves it on to Gregory. Gregory puts a grubber kick in, going over the try line. Being taken and well run out. Garbutt came away well from a dangerous position. Warrington back to 10 yards from their own line as Tamati decides he's going to bring it away, followed by Brian Case and Goodway. Sanderson, a short one to Harman. Harman coming strong, powerful run, looking for support. There's nobody with him. Sanderson to Holding to Woods. Woods moving it across onto Gregory. Edwards hanging on to him. Lobs a long pass out onto Forster. Forster going hard down. Hanley follows him, swings him and he gets up again. Great determination shown by Forster there. Eventually he's put down in the 5th tackle. Comes to Holding. Holding puts a little overhead kick. Bell's going, Wigan are in trouble. Edwards going back at Woods, and Woods gets possession, but it's 6 tackles gone. With a rollover, Wigan were nearly caught napping then. Rollover on the Wigan 25. Gregory to Bell. It's slow play the ball. Bell has to grovel forward for it. Kiss coming over. On to Case. Now we're having a war of attrition among the forwards. Comes to Gregory. Gregory to Edwards. Edwards to Hanley. And Hanley's caught in possession. Wigan not going forward at all, finding it difficult. Edwards comes up behind to play the ball. Edwards on to Wayne. Wayne coming strongly. Wayne's made a break. Turns it, thrown the ball away. Gregory's back in time to cover. Referee says 5 tackles have gone. Hampson gets it to Edwards. Edwards moving it across. Goodway. Long one to Bell. Bell running it out. Gets it across onto Lyden. Lyden knocks off one. Dummying coming inside. Looking for support. He's going to get caught in the 6. Lets the ball go. And Warrington have it. Drummond plays it back. Warrington now moving it cross-field. Bit disorganised in the middle as Sanderson is caught on the halfway line. Tamati running it out and running into troubles. The Wigan defence. Bundle him down. Sanderson round the close side. Onto Humphreys. Humphreys doesn't get very far. Tamati to Holding. Holding a long one to Woods. There's a big gap. And Wigan coming quickly to take Peters. Referee says 5 tackles have gone as Holding puts in a grubber kick. Straight to Wigan, to Goodway. Goodway going hard. Turning down the field. Can he hand off Johnson? And Johnson takes him. Russell's up waiting for a quick play the ball. Wigan wanting to get on with it. It comes to Gregory. Gregory, a long pass to Hanley. Hanley holding it, dummying. Turning and twisting. Wigan slow getting up at the play the ball. And penalty as not happy about that, John Woods. And he's not getting up. Referee says he was hanging on, and it's an absolute straight kick on the 25 line. Wigan 2 points in front. Eight minutes of the second half gone. Warrington do not like that decision. Well, that was a tremendous run by Goodway that put Wigan into this sound position. Holding tried to kick through it. It came straight to Goodway. Did well to take it. It was travelling hard, and he tore down this right wing. Should back Elis over. There's probably a lot of pressure out there as he lifts it high and over. Wigan 16, Warrington 12. 9 minutes of the second half gone. Woods down the middle to Hampson, traps it onto Hanley. Hanley going out the left, Tattle low and hard. Wigan keeping it tight behind the play of the ball. Now it's Gill's turn. Gill hands it inside. Case snuffed out. Edwards up for first pass. And it's Edwards who gets it, puts an overhead kick. Gregory's offside. If he plays it, he's going to be given offside. Referee gives it. He was in front of Edwards when the kick was taken. And John Woods would put it into touch. Makes no mistake, 10 yards outside the Wigan 25. And Wigan warming up Graham West as Harmon runs at the Wigan defence. They roll him over on the 25 line. Sanderson moving it across. Humphreys ploughs his way forward. Forward stuff at the moment as Tamate back onto Woods. Woods onto Roberts. Roberts being taken by the two Wigan half-backs. Did well to hold on to him till Potter came over. John Woods lobs it across. Holding puts a little grubber kick in there. Hampson's there. Doesn't take it cleanly. Loses possession. Referee says there's a knock on. Hampson usually so safe. Made a mess of that. And it's Warrington to put in. 10 yards out from the Wigan line. Wigan player down, injured. Referee stops the clock. Warrington 12, Wigan 16. Graham West dying to get into the fray, and it was Hampson who was hurt. He's back on his feet, somewhat shaken. Front row's not meeting properly. Holding feeds, Holding gets it out to Woods. Woods doing the run around. Woods made a break, gets his passing on to the line, and a try saving tackle by Edwards. Johnson behind the play the ball. Wigan hanging on, but Forster's over. And Forster is over. So the score's a level. John Woods a long kick to take. 8 yards in from the touchline. And he's hooked it. Very, very close. Shaved the post. 12 minutes gone. Score's level. Wigan wanting to bring off Sean Wayne. And Graham West coming on, so we'll have West on the open side probably, and Case going on to the narrow side. Scores level then. But Joe Lydon comes up once more. And this is a great final, an exciting final as Lydon kicks deep. Taken by Carbot. Carbot coming strong. Slips and Graham West lands on top of him. Sanderson trying to bring it away. Wigan forwards going hard. Tamate to Holden. Cross onto Humphreys. Humphreys going across field. Wigan follow him. A lot of fire in these Warrington bellies as Sanderson gets it onto Woods. Woods dummy's to kick. Puts a little overhead one and it could be dangerous. Hampson takes it cleanly. And he's buried by Peters and Woods. Case coming back. Send a short one to Case. Case on his own. Nearly lost possession. as Gill comes over to act in half-back right in the middle of the field. Gill sends a short one to West. West takes him over the halfway line. Kiss to Gregory, to Edwards, back on to Gregory. Gregory short one on to Goodway, and Goodway's fenced in. Bottled up there, and he bounced to the ground. Gregory to Edwards. Edwards switching it on to West. West trying to come down the middle. The referee says 5 tackles have gone. And Gregory comes over, looking for Lydon. Lydon kicks, it's been knocked down. Back to Andy Goodway, so we're back to 1. As Goodway on to Hampson. Hampson streaking down the middle, on to Edwards. Edwards looking for support, looking for Gill. Long one to Gill. Gill going for the corner. And he's taken 5 yards out. Back to 1, says the referee, as Hanley goes for the line. Hanley going powerfully, but no way through for him. And he's put down 5 yards out. Wigan now hot on the attack as Hanley gets up slowly. Wigan trying to batter the way over from behind to play the ball, but it's not on. Hanley to Edwards, and Edwards drops it. Well, that's not something you see very often. Little bit overeager, decided what he was going to do. Didn't take it cleanly, just that fraction of a second. And that's a let off for Warrington. Scores level at 16 points each. Wigan not down and penalised for not getting down. And Kiss is not happy with the decision. Kick to Warrington, 10 yards out from their own line. And John Woods down the Wigan left wing. Hoists it high and into touch. 10 yards short of the halfway line. Harmon running at the Wigan forwards, stopping dead in his tracks. On to Humphreys. Humphrey taken by West. On to Tamati. Tamati turning inside to Holding. Holding bringing Woods down the middle. Great run by Woods. And he's caught from behind, but that was a good move by Warrington. John Woods came streaking through to Gregory. Gregory on to Holding. Holding going back down the middle. Passes on the floor and Wigan have got possession as Hanley falls on it. Gregory to Edwards. Edwards a long one across the field to Potter. Potter on taken, couldn't get it out to Gill. And Wigan looking without any life in them at the moment. As it's Case trying to bring it over his 25. And a lot of Wigan players ambling about the field at this moment. As Kiss gets it to Gregory. Gregory onto West. West comes driving forward. Met determinedly by this Warrington forward. Kiss to Gregory. Gregory a long one to Bell. Bell bringing Russell inside. And Russell can't get out of Wood's tackle. The referee says 5 tackles have gone. As a long one goes on to Gregory. Gregory puts a little overhead kick and it's well covered by Peters. Sanderson coming through from the play the ball. Lydon hangs on to him. Carbot coming into the attack onto Tamati. Tamati taken by Case. And Warrington have got to find new life as it goes on to Holding. Holding doing a run around, bringing Roberts down the middle. Sanderson to Woods. Woods, a short one onto Humphreys. Put down in the 5th tackle by Graham West. Woods coming up. Woods holding it, puts an overhead kick. Hampson in field, having to run it out, and he's running it out well, up to the 25 line, and he's still going. A great clearing run by Hampson. Plays it back to Gill. Gill a short one. Edwards out to Gregory. Gregory trying to come down the middle, and he's snatched out of the air by Harmon. Kiss. Edwards onto Gill, who's come in the middle of the field, and Gill can't get through. Edwards waiting behind to play the ball. He does a switch on to Bell. Bell's dropped it. Players diving on the floor for it. Warrington's ball as Tamati gets up with it. Warrington full of fire as they get it out onto Gregory, and Gregory's easily taken out. But Wigan under a lot of pressure now as it comes to Holding. Holding a short one. And Wigan hanging on. John Woods turning and twisting. Holding behind the play the ball to Tamati. Tamati short one which has gotten loose. Ball's on the floor and Wigan have it. Referee says back to one as Wigan take it 10 yards from their own line, and Potter now comes battling his way forward. Richard Russell going to act in half-back. Russell decides he's having a run, puts his head down, burrowing his way, trying to burrow his way through the Warrington defence as Gregory decides he's coming down the middle, turns it back to Kiss. Kiss looking for support. Wigan can't get, Case can't get it moving. And Wigan are being bogged down completely by good Warrington defence. Kiss having to come through from acting half-back. Referee says 5 tackles have gone. They're looking for someone to throw it to. And here comes the kick by Wigan. That's a long, deep, relieving kick. Johnson takes it well, but this time the Cherry and Whites are up, and he stopped short of the halfway line. Drummond gets it inside. And they're coming like battering rams, Warrington. Tamati to Holding. Holding, long one onto Woods. Woods decides he's going to go back down the middle. Managed to get his pass in. Gregory going into the tackle. Ball's gone loose. Potter's up there. Warrington still with it inside their own half. As Sanderson gets it out to Tamati. Tamati going back in the middle. Case hanging on to him. And they force him down on the halfway line. Sanderson. John Woods, a long pass onto Humphreys. Humphreys out to Gregory, onto Drummond. Drummond coming inside, followed from behind, and referee says 5 tackles have gone. This time it's run to John Woods. John Woods running it out. Kick's gone on the floor, and the referee says it's a knock-on. Just couldn't get his boot to it. And another substitution, re-substitution. Harmon is being brought off, and Webb is coming back on. Gregory puts it in, quickly out to Wigan, taken onto Edwards. Edwards trying to come down the middle, being taken by Johnson. Johnson read it well. Hanley behind the play of the ball, a short one onto Hampson. Hampson trying to make a break. Defences are tight. As Russell gets it onto Case. Now Case is battling his way with them, and he's forced down to the ground. Hard grafting tie this, as it comes to Gregory. Gregory to Edwards, back to Gregory. Gregory knocks off one, good way coming through. Gregory couldn't get the ball to him. Richard Russell to Edwards. Edwards onto West. West thrown it out. Hanley did well to take that. Flicks it onto Edwards. Edwards trying to come down the middle. Referee says 5 tackles gone, and the defences are ferocious, and Wigan bringing Wayne back on as Gregory puts a long rubber kick in, rolling to the touchline. Drummond chasing it, and Gill takes him and bundles him down 10 yards from the line. Wigan going to bring off Potter and bring on Wayne. Warrington Holding is hurled back by the Wigan defenders. Tight in the forward, trying to drag the way out. Nail-biting tension stuff this. As Warrington, overhead kick. Hampson's up there, bounces away from him, takes it up, and Wigan penalised for obstruction. Two substitutions, numbers all over the place, referee taking no notice. Potter limping badly, Wayne comes back on, Harmon goes off, Webb comes back on. And John Woods will kick for touch. A few yards inside the Wigan half. Warrington to restart with the tap. Webb coming up. On to Humphreys. Humphreys taken by Kiss and West. Referee right on top of the tattlers. Gregory puts his head down. Wigan's trying to shove him back. Every inch of ground so precious at the moment. Comes to Tamati. Tamati switching it on to Holding. Holding coming down the middle as his ankle's tapped. Running on his knees there. Warrington hot on the attack now. Sanderson onto Gregory. Gregory's taken out with desperate tattling. John Woods coming up to get something going. Gets it onto Tamati, who dropped it. There'll be a knock on. This is no place for faint hearts this afternoon. Scores dead level with 15 minutes to go. Gregory to put the ball in. We're going to put Lydon out on the wing. Ball's coming out. Hanley takes it round the blind side and trying to break through, but he's followed and put down. Russell has gone into the centre. He's now acting half back. Russell having a run. Gets nowhere at all. He's buried by Webb. Kiss. Slow play the ball to Gregory. Gregory to Edwards. Back to Gregory. Gregory short one to Goodway. Goodway gets his pass to Bell. Bell streaking down the field. Inside to Gill. Gill's been taken man and ball. The cover comes over to put him down. And Fred Lindop keeping up extremely well with the game. Right on top of the tackle. It comes inside to Gregory. Gregory on to Wayne. Wayne decides he's going to go the shortest way. To Gregory. Gregory to Edwards. Edwards dummying a long one to Hanley. Hanley, plenty cover there, trying to come down the middle. Now hanging on to him. And he's forced down to the ground. Hampson's up. We're coming up to the last tattle. And he's not getting up. Gregory's come over. Gregory's going to play the ball. He's wanting an acting half-back. And it comes to Case, flings it back. Lydon hoists a high one. Johnson's under it, and he dropped it. Bad mistake by Johnson. Takes it up to the 25 line. Drummond's behind the play the ball, running cross field, doesn't get anywhere. Webb moves it to Holden. There's nobody out on the right wing. As Warrington decided all they can do is plough the way forward. Holding now behind the play the ball. Goes round the narrow side to Tamati. Tamati goes trying to take them with him. Taking a lot of men to put him down. Comes to Holden. Holden moving it across onto Humphreys. Wigan hanging on. Referee says 5 tackles have gone. On to Holding. Holding puts a kick in. And Lydon's in the right place. Covers it well. Going in midfield. Streaking down the middle. Is eventually picked up and put down by Sanderson. Edwards looking for support. On to Goodway. Goodway coming very, very strong and fast. Wigan now in a good attacking position as Kiss moves it on to Gregory. Gregory to Case. Case throws it back and all Gregory can do is fall on it. As Webb comes in and bounces him. Hampson behind the play the ball to Edwards. Edwards dummying a long one. Edwards made a break and he's through. He's on his own to Hanley and he's going to score! Tremendous break by Edwards and what was Hanley at the side of him to take the final pass. But that was a tremendous break by Sean Edwards. Well, that's taken a lot of the steam out of it. Great break by Edwards and Hanley there again. Took the pass to put it down right underneath the post. awake to the game, knew where Hanley was, and Hanley was there to take that final vital pass. And that makes it 22. Well, Warrington have played with great fire and great spirit and determination, and after all that battling, they must be a bit... And David Stevenson warming up could well be being brought back on. So the substitutes have been used to great effect. He's going back in the tunnel, back under the bench, as John Woods comes up with 10 minutes to go. Short one, coming to Hanley, and it's knocked on his own line. What a silly, silly mistake. All the time in the world. A seasoned international could have taken it, tried to pick it up and dropped it. Game was coming straight to him. It'll be Warrington defeat right underneath the Wigan post. 6 points in it. Well, we got to move around the scrum. And Gregory's won it. Gregory's won it. They hooked it and Gregory won it. Goodway ready now to bring it away. Goodway coming away well. Gains a good 10 yards. And a penalty to Wigan for a thump in the tackle. Well, that's a relief for Wigan and the silly thing to do. Joe Lydon should make no mistake with this. It's a vital kick. Not kicking it out of hand, placing it on the ground. Wigan with a 6-point lead, and the tension mounting as it slews off the side. Not a lot of ground game, but into touch. Kiss coming up as Gregory, and Kiss decides he's going to play them on his own and play it safe. And Humphreys and Webb bounce him down. West getting ready for a run. On to Case, who taken it, and Case fighting for every centimetre of ground. Hanley getting ready to come onto it. But it's switched over to Graham West, and Graham West's long legs are taken from under him by Gregory. Edwards on the left, and it's Edwards who gets it. He changed direction, trying to come down the middle. Gets it on to Goodway. Goodway bangs off one, but he's surrounded by white jerseys, and he has to go down. Comes to Gregory. Greg, little overhead kick, and surely there's an obstruction. Ball's loose on the floor. Referee says back to one as Wigan have the ball. Lydon to Gregory. Gregory short one to Case. Case said going to play them in that half. And he dives right in the centre of the field. He has to go down with it. Case has Gregory one side, Hanley the other, and it's Edwards who takes it. Edwards decides he's going to come down the middle, dancing and jinking. Kiss waiting, gives it to Gregory. Gregory holding it, dumbing it, trying to come through, being held. He's still on his feet. He can't get rid of the ball as Goodway comes over. Hanley waiting, first pass. Hanley takes it. Hanley decides, shows it to them. Still going, and he's nearly through. Taking them with him, takes it in the fifth tackle. Gregory coming over. Edwards on his left. And it's Edwards it goes to, and Edwards going to put the kick in. Good long kick, but it's going to roll into the in-goal area. Drummond's there and belts it dead. Good kick by Edwards. Warrington having to kick out from underneath their own posts. And this game is tight as John Woods comes up down at the pavilion end of the ground, tries a deeper high one. Hampson coming up, takes it cleanly up to the 25, gonna go down the middle, gets out of one tackle, still taking them with him. Tremendous powerful run. Wigan now setting themselves up as it goes to Gregory. Gregory holding it. Up to Bell. Up to West. And West is over. Beautiful planned move by Wigan. Perfectly executed. Bell driving in on that one. Backed up on the outside by West. And West West was motoring, and that makes it now Wigan 26, Warrington 16, and surely that is the nail in the coffin. A great try that by Wigan after they've been bogged down for a long time. A well-practiced move, came off to perfection, and so Wigan going to a 26-16 lead, and Joe Lydon 10 yards out, stabs it over 28-16. Wigan, unofficial world champions, now turning it on. After a hard battle, have got right on top. And what has been a pulsating final. Tremendous feeling, tremendous excitement. Short one to Gregory. Gregory bringing Russell inside. Puts his shoulder in. Smothered under 4 white jerseys. Andy Gregory on to Sean Wayne. Sean Wayne taking them on, but these Warrington forwards still playing their hearts out. As Gregory decides he's going to make a break, but doesn't get very far. The forwards nobble him. Wigan lining up, looks like they're ready for kicking as Kiss comes up. Kiss flings it on to Goodway. Goodway decides he's going to go down the middle, but there's no path through. Gregory, long one back to Lydon. Lydon kicks a high one. Johnson running it out. Hanley's taking him, and Hanley puts him down. Peters up behind, and Wigan penalised to play the ball. Referee says he was holding him down, and John Woods gets it into touch. Webb coming up onto Humphreys. Humphreys taken by Brian Case and Hanley. Webb onto Tamati. Tamati switching it back to Holding. Onto Woods. Onto Roberts. And this time Roberts is well tackled. He's made some storming runs in this game as Roberts. Woods out to Holding. Holding a long one to Tamati. Tamati's pass has been knocked down. Comes to Humphreys. Humphreys going hard. Runs into Wayne. Referee says they're back to 1. Just outside the Wigan 25. John Woods up to acting half-back. On to Sanderson. Sanderson going across the Wigan 25 line. Webb now waiting behind the play the ball to John Woods. John Woods decides he's going to go on his own. Wigan hang on to him. And now it's Warrington who are finding it hard to gain ground. As Webb on to Holding. Holding little grubber kick. Ball still loose, flying all up, that's knocked on. Gill dives for it, I think Gill has it. The referee says it's Wiggins and they're back to 1. And the short one comes on to West. West says, I'll take it outside the 25. Richard Russell attacked in half-back, gains 2 yards. Gregory coming up. Short one, on to Goodway. Goodway coming hard, and Wigan battling the way from behind the play the ball. Kiss switching it out onto Bell coming into the middle. Referee says 5 have gone as Joe Lydon comes over onto Edwards though, and it's Edwards who kicks, and that's a lovely kick into the 25, but Drummond is back to take it. The Wigan jerseys surging up to try and keep them there. Drummond gets out of one tackle, but he has to go down just outside his own 25. So Warrington a lot to do now as Gregory puts his head down, tries to duck under the tackles. On to Holding, Holding a long one to Woods. Woods' pass has gone astray, and it's loose. Wigan can't take it cleanly. Knocked on. No. And I think he's giving the put into Wigan. He is. Referee wants him on the other side of him. About 2 minutes of normal times, it comes out to Wigan, to Edwards, on to Gregory, on to Bell to Hampson. Hampson has Gill with him, bringing Gill in the middle, but there's bags of cover there. Gill gets the ball moving on to Gregory on to Russell turning inside. Wigan are held, the crowd like that. Ball was whipped about, comes to Hanley. Hanley shows it to them, trying to go through on his own. And he's knocked down to the ground. Peters came in hard. Kiss to Gregory to Edwards holding it, back inside to Cates knocks off one, on to Wayne, referee says it's forward. Wayne was carrying them with him. Normal time played out. Warrington 16, Wigan 28. Policemen lined up ready by the presentation platform. Police all round the ground, they probably tried to restrain the crowd. And Paul Zane's coming out to Gregory, to Warrington Gregory, to Mike Gregory. Keith holding behind the play, the ball onto Tamati. Tamati coming back inside, gets it onto Webb. Webb knocks Kiss off. Kiss hangs on to him. Kiss fighting for the ball, but he can't get it. As Mike Gregory comes over, out to Holden. Holden turning inside, easily taken by the Wigan defenders. On Woods. Moves it across onto Sanderson. Sanderson trying to turn it inside. Can't get rid of it. Has to dive with it on the halfway line. Webb to John Wood. John Wood, a long pass across the field. Warrington trying to fight the way down the middle. Get it to Wood. Wood streaking away. Bell's across, hanging on to him. Bell takes him. The referee says 5 taps have gone as Webb comes up to act in half-back. Webb on to Holden. Holden hoists a high one. Hampson's under it. Jumps high. Takes it cleanly. Oh, the trip, a nasty trip. He kicked out, Holding kicked out at Joe Lydon. That was a nasty trip, and the referee sent him off for 10 minutes, rightly so. That was a deliberate kick. Referee, he will not see him anymore in this game, as we're now playing in injury time. Referee Fred Lindop, no hesitation there as that foot went in. Joe Lydon with the ball placed on the deck for the penalty. Bangs it into touch. Wigan with a big lead now. West puts his shoulder in, gains a lot of ground. And that is the end of a great final. Players shake hands. It's been a hard, tough game. Nothing untoward really until that final minute. That was the second trip of the game, and it's been a very, very clean game. Wigan winners of the Groenhalle Lager Lancashire Cup for the 3rd year in succession, and got a bit of a hoodoo on Warrington now in the cup ties. That was a fine game, particularly the last try, which came from what looked like a well-practiced move. And Wigan have won again the Groenhalle Lager Lancashire Cup with the final score Warrington 16, Wigan well ahead with 28 points, 12 points advantage as Ellery Hanley once more leads his team across to the presentation days. Wigan just failed last year to win all the trophies, hoping this year that this will be their year to set the record. A very weary Tamati wandering over towards the pavilion side of the ground, over to the main stand side. Wigan will look on themselves now as the world champions, having beaten Manly last Wednesday, now in a tremendously hard-fought cup final deserved the win, a well-deserved win. Tribute to Warrington for a fine performance, but Wigan stuck at the task well, played determinedly, and eventually the class moves told and brought Wigan success. Not that Warrington's tries weren't good tries, but some of the Wigan efforts were fantastic team efforts, and fans gathering round now, ready to see Ellery Hanley, the Wigan captain, lead his victorious team to receive the medals and the cup, and there he goes. Few boos coming from the crowd, probably from very envious, jealous St Helens supporters who were just below us. But it's been a great team effort by Wigan. They've been very well organised, very well drilled. They've known what they were doing. And they met an nearly equally good team in Warrington who stuck to the task. They had a lot of injuries, but the Warrington defence was magnificent. And it was only class and genius that eventually brought Wigan this wonderful victory, a fine victory for Wigan. Wigan with a record number of wins in this competition. Once won it 6 times in succession in the heyday of Egan and G and Nordgren and company, when these finals used to be played at Swinton. Now becoming a happy hunting ground for Wigan as the Kop goes aloft with all the players up on the dais, taking the turn to show the crowd the cup to this fine crowd of spectators. Wigan, such a well-supported team. Tremendous numbers supporting them, both home and away, and there must be a great host of Wiganers here today, raising a cheer for each player as in turn they hold it aloft to receive their accolade. And now the last one mounts the rostrum. The whole team there probably highly delighted now, and they've had a hard time this past few weeks playing 2 games a week, and so they come down from the podium proud winners once more of the Lancashire Cup. So the final score again, Warrington 16, Wigan 28. This is your commentator John McDermott, hoping you've thoroughly enjoyed this final as much as we have. The final filmed for you by David Shaw and coming to you from Micron Electric of Gidler Lane, Wigan.